2 Chronicles, chapter 4. And he made an altar of brass, 20 cubits long, and 20 cubits broad, and 10 cubits high. And he made a molten sea of 10 cubits, from brim to brim, round in compass, and 5 cubits high, and a line of 30 cubits did compass it about. And under it was the fashion of oxen, which did compass it round about, 10 in a cubit, compassing the sea about. 2 rows of oxen were cast when it was molten. It stood upon 12 oxen. 3 looked toward the north, and 3 looked toward the west, and 3 looked toward the south, and 3 looked toward the east, and the sea stood above upon them, and all their hinder parts were inward. And the thickness thereof was an handbreadth, and the brim thereof was like the work of the brim of a cup, with flowers of lilies. It contained 3,000 baths. He made also 10 cauldrons, and put 5 on the right hand, and 5 on the left, to wash in them, and to cleanse in them that which appertained to the burnt offerings. But the sea was for the priests to wash in. And he made 10 candlesticks of gold, according to their form, and put them in the temple, 5 on the right hand, and 5 on the left. And he made 10 tables, and put them in the temple, 5 on the right hand, and 5 on the left. And he made 100 basins of gold. And he made the court of the priests, and the great court, and doors for the court, and overlaid the doors thereof with brass. And he set the sea on the right side eastward, toward the south. And Huram made pots, and besoms, and basins. And Huram finished the work that he should make for King Solomon for the house of God, to wit, 2 pillars, and the bowls, and the chapiters on the top of the 2 pillars, and 2 grates to cover the 2 bowls of the chapiters which were upon the top of the pillars, and 400 pomegranates for the 2 grates, 2 rows of pomegranates for every grate to cover the 2 bowls of the chapiters that were upon the pillars. He made also bases, and made cauldrons upon the bases, and a sea, and 12 bowls under it, pots also, and besoms, and flesh hooks, and all these vessels made Huram his father to King Solomon for the house of the Lord of shining brass. In the plain of Jordan did the king cast them in clay between Succoth and Zeredatha. And Solomon made all these vessels in great abundance, for the weight of brass could not be reckoned. And Solomon made all the vessels that were for the house of God, the golden altar also, and the tables whereon the showbread stood. Moreover, the candlesticks with their lamps, to burn them after the manner before the oracle, of pure gold, and the flowers, and the lamps, and the snuffers of gold, which was fine gold, and the hooks, and the basins, and the spoons, and the ashpans of pure gold. The entry also of the house, and doors thereof within, even of the most holy place. And the doors of the house, to wit, of the temple, were of gold.